They don't know my name. History never wrote it down. But heaven remembers my touch. Before you knew me as the woman with the issue of blood, I was a daughter. I was a dreamer. I was whole. And then, my body betrayed me. It started quietly. A stain where there should have been none. A weakness I could not explain. At first, I thought it would pass. A few days. A small discomfort. Nothing today's strength couldn't handle. But days became weeks. Weeks turned into months. And months became years. 12 of them. 12 years of bleeding that never stopped. 12 years of waking up tired. 12 years of watching my reflection fade. 12 years of being reminded every single morning that something inside me was broken. I tried to hide it. I learned how to smile through pain. I learned how to walk slowly so no one would notice my weakness. I learned how to excuse myself early, how to avoid gatherings, how to stay in the shadows. Because according to the law, my condition did not just make me sick. It made me unclean. Anything I touched became unclean. Anyone who touched me became unclean. My sickness was not just physical, it was social. It was spiritual. It was isolating. People stopped sitting near me, stopped hugging me, stopped asking how I was. I became invisible. And the worst part was not the blood. The worst part was the loneliness, the silence, the feeling that God Himself had turned His face away. I went to every doctor I could afford. I listened to every promise. I swallowed every potion. I endured every painful procedure. They said, try this. Wait a little longer. This one will work. But instead of healing, I grew worse. My money disappeared. My hope thinned. My strength faded. And then there came a moment, one I did not say out loud, but whispered deep inside my soul. What if this is my life forever? What if I die like this? Bleeding. Alone. Unclean. I stopped praying loud prayers. I stopped expecting miracles. I only prayed small prayers. Let me make it through today. Let no one notice me. Let me endure. Until the day I heard about Him. They said a man was walking through villages, touching the sick, speaking words that carried authority, opening blind eyes, making the lame walk. They said demons listened to Him. They said storms obeyed Him. They said His name was Jesus. At first, I didn't allow myself to hope. Hope hurts when it dies too many times. But the stories kept coming. A leper touched and healed. A paralytic forgiven and restored. A synagogue leader's daughter raised from death. And something inside me stirred. Not loud, not dramatic. Just a quiet, stubborn spark. If He can heal them, maybe, just maybe, He can heal me. But I knew the rules. I knew the law. I knew I was not supposed to touch anyone. And yet, faith does not always ask for permission. I heard He was passing through the city that day. The streets filled quickly. People pressed in from every side. I wrapped myself tightly, covered my face, lowered my eyes. Every step hurt. Every movement drained me. But something stronger than pain carried me forward. I did not plan to speak to Him. I did not plan to call His name. I did not plan to ask for attention. I only said this within myself. If I can just touch the hem of His garment, I will be healed. Not His hand. Not His face. Just the edge of His clothing. That was my faith. Small, trembling, desperate, but alive. The crowd was thick. Bodies pressed against me. Voices surrounded me. Every touch risked exposure. Every step risked rejection. But faith does not stop when fear speaks. Faith walks anyway. I reached. My fingers brushed fabric. And in that instant, before I could think, before I could breathe, my body changed. The bleeding stopped. The weakness vanished. The ache disappeared. I knew it. I felt it. I was healed. 12 years ended in one moment. But then, He stopped. The crowd froze. And He said words that made my heart fall into my stomach. Who touched me? Panic rushed through me. My miracle suddenly felt dangerous. The disciples laughed it off. Master, everyone is touching you. But He knew. He felt power leave Him. And I knew I could not hide. Fear and trembling took over my legs. I fell before Him. I told Him everything. I told Him about the blood, about the years, about the doctors, about the loneliness, about the faith that whispered, not shouted. I expected correction. I expected rebuke. I expected judgment. Instead, he looked at me, not at my condition, not at my past, not at my shame, at me. And he spoke a word I had not heard in 12 years. Daughter, not woman, not unclean, not sinner, daughter. In that moment, he healed more than my body. He restored my identity. He said, "Your faith has made you whole. Go in peace." Peace. Not just healing. Peace. The crowd saw a miracle, but they didn't see what truly happened. They saw blood stop. He saw a woman made whole. They saw power. He gave belonging. They saw interruption. He saw intention. And I learned something that day. Faith does not have to be loud to be powerful. It does not need perfect words. It only needs direction. I did not touch him loudly. I touched him honestly. And he noticed. So if you are listening to me now and you feel invisible, he sees you. If you have been bleeding in secret, emotionally, spiritually, silently, he knows. If you are tired of trying, tired of hoping, tired of being strong, reach. Even if all you have left is a whisper of faith. Even if all you can manage is one step. Reach. Because the same Jesus who stopped for me will stop for you. And when he does, he won't just heal your pain. He will call you daughter. He will call you son. He will restore what the years have taken. I touched him, and he changed everything.